Hey everybody, Jillian here for Illustrated Faith, and I'm back with a brand new Bible journaling process video. Today I'm going to be doing an entry from the new Storyteller Devotional Kit from Illustrated Faith in my ESV Interleaved Journaling Bible. Janet, you may know her better as at Top Knots in Jesus, authored this kit, and in it she asks us to consider who is writing the story of our lives. Have we surrendered to the capital A author? So I am going to be working in session 1, which is called Prologue, and I'm going to do the second prompt, which has us in Isaiah 46, 9 to 11. And I decided to use one of these really fun, large typewriters that's included with the paper pieces, and I am actually going to run this through my typewriter to go ahead and put my journaling on it. And then I'll come back here, speed up the video, and you guys can see how my page comes together next to this awesome passage in the Bible. So here I have part of Isaiah 46, the last half of verse 9, the beginning part of verse 10 typed out on this piece. And then I'm going to use some of the glassine bag that the kit came wrapped in and layer this under the typewriter. In this prompt, particularly, Janet invites us to take a piece of paper and write down all of our upcoming plans and dreams and desires, and then once we're done, crumple them up and declare, "You are God, the author of my life." So I thought that crumpling that up and kind of layering it behind there would be just a fun nod to that. And I love how Shanna has been adding this glassine texture in her pages and wanted to try it here since she provided us with the material to do that. I also had this random fabric scrap in a little jar with those rainbow grid labels and decided to take a piece of this purplish fabric that matched kind of the color in the kit and layer that on there too. Now along the bottom of the page, I am using this adorable typewriter washi tape from the kit and am just going to use my paint card to help get that down into the as far into the crease as I could. And then along the top of the page, I'm going to use this striped patterned paper from Brave Little Tailor's patterned paper that coordinates with her Living Word digital devotional. This is printed on sticker paper, and fortunately it was the length of my page here, so I just cut about 2 inches, 2.5 inches, and am adhering that to the top of the page. There's a bunch hanging off the edge, so I'm just going to go ahead and trim that off. And it looks pretty straight. It's a little crooked, but I'm going to put some larger elements on here so we'll get it straightened out. Now I want to use some washi tape or something to cover where the striped paper meets the page, and I decided to just cover that seam almost with this grid washi tape that's available in the Illustrated Faith shop. So very much like scrapbooking here. I'm going back to my scrapbooking roots, treating this blank page as if it were a blank piece of scrapbook paper. Now I have an idea for layering a tab with this fun binder clip. I trimmed off some of the white border of the die cut piece, and then I create a couple little slits at the bottom of the binder clip because I wanted to make it look as if it was actually clipping the tab to the paper. I'm not sure that I achieved that look, but it's good enough. So I'm just fidgeting with the paper until it looks like it's kind of clipping it on there. Since it's the same color as the typewriter, I opted to keep it over to the left, and then I'm going to hold it in place so I don't forget where I want it, and then go ahead and use my tape runner to get it down. So in this section of her devotional, Janet is talking about God, the author of our life, how he gives us trials in our lives to make us stronger, to prepare us to face the next chapter. Sometimes we may find ourselves asking, why is all this happening to me? And she says that God is weaving together each thread in our story for the ultimate ending. So towards the bottom here, I am going to layer up these rainbow grid labels with another one of the binder clips, and I'll put something on those guys later. Next, I'm going to work on my title, and I'm going to use the new fun lowercase typewriter font Alpha Stamp from Illustrated Faith, along with a couple different alpha stickers. You'll notice they're all teal because I wanted to bring that color out. And I'm using just different sizes and fonts just to mix it up. So I'm going to go ahead and spell out the phrase Almighty Author with both the stamp and the alpha stickers. And I'm starting with the Y in Almighty to make sure, well, I guess I should have started with the A to make sure I had enough room. I don't know. I thought it was a good reason for some reason to start backwards. And then I'll go ahead and get those teal letters stuck down next. So I love this portion of Isaiah in chapter 46. And in it, God is speaking through Isaiah to the exiles in Babylon. And it's just such an amazing chapter. So he compares himself through poetry to the two chief idols that are in Babylon. So starting in verse 3, he says, "Listen to me, O house of Jacob, all the remnant of the house of Israel, who have been born by me from before your birth, carried from the womb. Even to your old age I am he, and to gray hairs I will carry you. I have made and I will bear, I will carry and I will save. To whom will you liken me and make me equal, and compare me that we may be alike?" And then in verse 8 he says, "Remember this and stand firm. Recall it to mind, you transgressors. Remember the former things of old, for I am God and there is no other. I am God and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times things not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand and I will accomplish my purpose." And here's the promise: "Calling a bird of prey from the east, the man of my counsel from a far country. I have spoken and I will bring it to pass. I have purposed and I will do it." So I ended there in verse 11. I would encourage you to read it. It is so rich. It's amazing. And so in this passage, we see God's provision for his people, his transcendence. He tells the exiled remnant to remember his past faithfulness to them. We see his omniscience. He knows the end from the beginning. We see his sovereignty. He says, my purpose will stand. The chapter ends, like I said, with a promise to restore Israel. Lead them, we'll see later in history, through Cyrus of Persia back to their homeland. And so Janet, in her devotional, directs us to this passage, invites us to crumple up our dreams and declare, "You are God, the author of my life." She says, lift your pen and surrender. Ask him to help you live an authored life. And so when we consider how he has revealed himself through Isaiah in this passage, we can certainly surrender all of our plans and our dreams and the desires of our heart to him, right? He has proven himself faithful over and over again. And I just love it. I had so much fun making this page and really just focusing on the almighty author of our lives. It is such a blessing to be invited into his story. Thank you guys so much for watching. We would love to have you walk through the Storyteller Devotional Kit with us. If you're interested in checking out either the physical kit or the digital downloads, I've got them both linked in the video description below. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you soon.